Legal career have best prepared you for the role of Superior Court judge?
So the role of a prosecutor is a very diverse role. I think the role of a defense attorney is to represent the client's interests. The role of a prosecutor is broader than that. We are the voice of a victim in a courtroom. We also are upholding community safety. We are dealing with defense attorneys who are presenting to us evidence of mitigation, whether that's mental health or drug addiction, or someone is remorseful, or someone is agreeing to repay a victim. We are abiding by a defendant's constitutional and legislative rights, and through that all, we are trying to determine what is a just result in the case. And so I believe that's very similar to what a judge does. Takes into consideration all of those aspects of a case, and then comes up, follows the law, and makes a just decision. And so I feel that the 33 years I've been a prosecutor doing that very job, I am prepared to do the job of a judge. And I believe with my community service that I have done as a government lawyer, and the community service I do in the community, which is I didn't mention this, but I'm also a member of the National Charity League. So my daughter and I go throughout the San Gabriel Valley, and we volunteer at various charities like Operation Gratitude or Head with Horses. So that's another part of the community service that I feel is important when you're in a judge in a community. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now it goes to Sharon Ransom, and the question is, what specific experiences in your legal career have best prepared you for the role of Superior Court judge? 90 seconds.
Thank you. So being a prosecutor for over 19 years and working in different areas of the district attorney's office, I've gained experience in a lot of areas. As a prosecutor, I have used discretion as to whether to file a case, whether to grant someone probation or ask for probation, a program or prison. I've worked on behalf of victims. I also have to make sure the rights of the defendants are upheld. So I see all sides of the system here. I've worked in juvenile law. I've worked with the Victim Impact Program, where I work with minor victims. And I think a judge needs to have that breadth of experience to deal with certain areas, and also to be able to utilize discretion, empathy, fairness. Right now I'm in the mental health court, and we don't prosecute, but it's a collaborative effort where I work with myself, the judges, the judge, the defense attorneys, the doctors, the social workers, the different programs in the community, and all of that has given me the experience that is necessary to be a judge, to make decisions that will affect a person's life and for a long time. So I have that breadth of experience within my job. Also in Project Lead, dealing with younger children that might be in the criminal justice system, knowing the backgrounds, knowing the community, my community involvement, I think helps me. Is that my time?
3 minutes, or 3 seconds rather. Okay, thank you, Sharon Ransom. Next we have Erica Wiley, and the question is, what specific experiences in your legal career have best prepared you for the role of Superior Court judge? 90 seconds.
Thank you. So my role as a defense attorney in the public defender's office, as we all know, involves handling many cases. And to the extent that my office is structured a little bit differently from a prosecutor's office, that means that every day I handle different kinds of cases because I'm not in any specific units for significant years. Everything that comes across my desk and the varied number and complexity of the cases is something that I handle. So I think with respect to that I'm the best prepared for seat number 48 to handle a wide range of cases. I also have worked with closely individuals who are the subject of prosecution, who have made poor decisions in their lives in many cases, who are the victims of circumstances involving mental illness that they might be suffering with, homelessness, drug addiction. And so I've become intimately familiar with the kinds of things that assist in changing these people's lives. we want to change these people's lives, because in order to affect community safety, we have to get at the heart of why crime is happening in our community. So I think 25 years of working with individuals who are the subject of criminal prosecution has uniquely prepared me in this position. I would say also with respect to, I'm sorry, I'm out of time. Okay, thank you.
There will be some time at the conclusion for people to ask you specific questions as well. Okay, next up is Stephen Mack.
My legal career has been vetted by many of the organizations that, the legal community. I'm well qualified by the LA County Bar Association. The Los Angeles Times endorses me. Our legal community, paper Mint News, has endorsed me. But the thing, I have tried over 15 murder cases just in the last 5 years. The thing that prepares me for being a judge is not from my legal career. It's from being in the position of a commander of a unit of over 80 soldiers. Being a leader means you're making decisions, and fundamentally, in order to have people follow you, those decisions must be fair. Those decisions included sending people and soldiers to war, in assignments that take them away from their family, in positions that place their jeopardy at stake. You learn from making those decisions that if you bring in feelings of bias or things about matters that don't relate to what is just the most important and fair thing, you know that it's going to poison what's going to happen. And it is from that experience that I learned about what it really means to make decisions about fairness, following rules that are in place, because those rules are in place not because someone made them up, it's because they're learned over the course of history that they help make a fundamentally fair system.
All right, next up, Georgia Fleck, 90 seconds.
Thank you. What's prepared me, I believe, over the last 30 years being a deputy district attorney is decision making. I've had a lot of different responsibilities in Superior Court, in the exact environment where I want to be a judge at, in Superior Court. Not someplace else, but in Superior Court. I've had to make the decision regarding what cases should be filed from a neutral point of view. You don't take sides when you're deciding what case should be filed and what case should not be filed, because you're making a decision that can affect not only that person's life, but their parents' life, the community, their immediate family. So you have to be objective. You have to be able to make decisions. You know, sometimes without enough experience in making decisions in various different areas, it can be difficult to make those decisions. I believe serving as a calendar deputy and a filing deputy more than my trials, because when I tried cases, I had one objective. But as a calendar deputy and as a filing deputy, my objective was different. As a calendar deputy, my objective was to run that courtroom smoothly and effectively and make decisions to do that. When I was a filing deputy, my decision, I had to make the decision as to what case to file. If you file the wrong case, you can destroy a person's life. But not only that, I believe my ties to the community. I believe in community service. And thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up is Tracy. Tracy Blount, and 90 seconds.
Okay. I would echo the some of the comments that have already been made. Being a good judge, I think, requires you to have had a lot of experience. And having courtroom experience, there's no substitute for that. You just have to jump in and learn and deal with it and understand how to argue, understand what the law is, understand who you're speaking to and who you're arguing to, and that's a judge. So you have to understand what a judge is looking for in order to know what to address, how to address them. Where I am, it's a unique hybrid of criminal and civil. It's a very unique specialized area of law. We bring, allegations are brought against a parent, but a parent is not sentenced to jail. The procedures are a hybrid. That's the best way I can describe it. So there's no substitute for just being in court and learning. I would also say that having different assignments is only going to help you. I've had advice assignments. I've had trial court assignments. I've had the warrant assignment. I've worked in appeals, so I've done all kinds of different types of flavors of law and handle different matters of law. It's kind of hard to describe. I'm trying to think of how to say it. But anyway, experience is your best way to learn how to be a judge and so forth.
Thank you. Okay, next is Nancy Perlman, and the question is, what inspired you to run for Community College Board Trustee, and what unique perspective and experiences do you bring to the role?
Thank you. I'm going to use my teaching voice, my rally voice, my protest voice, and my marching voice, because we have to speak to everyone, and this mic isn't doing the job. So I am an educator. Even though the Registrar of Voters refused to allow me to use that term, for 55 years I have been running a nonprofit organization. I've done 2,500 radio shows for 47 years on the environment, a new one every week to educate the public about ecological issues. I've done 600 TV documentaries on anthropological, cultural, natural history, ecotourism, environment, and 3 Emmy nominations, and I have taught at the elementary school level, middle school level, high school level, community college level, and university level. And they say I'm not an educator, but I am. That's all I've been doing my whole life. Educating the people, the public, about making this world a better place, saving our world. And so I definitely believe that I have the experience. And I want to indicate that contrary to what some people may think, I am not too old. I continue to run. I became number 5 in the world in the 50-miler. I ran a 100-mile race. I did the Ironman triathlon. And when I was 65, I climbed the highest peak in Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro, 19,336 feet. And I will keep on pushing, and I can keep on going. I got the energy.
Thank you.